Hi, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be doing the daily reading for Sunday, November 29th, 2020. And today is a day that's ruled by the crown chakra and guided by life force. And we are very much warming up to that eclipse. It is going to be happening either today or tomorrow, depending on where you are in the world. For those who live in the northern hemisphere, it will be happening tomorrow. But this is huge, huge energy. And there is a video on that, some interesting stuff that came up in that video. So feel free to check that out if you feel guided to do so. But we are very much embroiled in the energies of that. The galactic signature of today is the red spectral serpent energy. And so the red serpent energy is all about survival, life force, and instinct. And so this energy is all about honoring the primal instincts of our nature. It's very much about all of those primal survival instincts, all of those aspects of what it truly means to be human on a biological level. And it's merging those biological instincts with our higher instincts. The red serpent energy is the energy of the Kundalini. It's the serpent that coils at the base of our spine and rises up through our energy centers, opening our energy centers and connecting us from below and above. And so this is all about utilizing as well our sacred sexual energy in order to attain another level of spiritual enlightenment and spiritual connection. The merging of the energies, the lower and the higher. And by lower, we don't mean anything, we don't mean lesser. We simply mean that instinctual, primal drive with that higher spiritual drive so that we can be unified in both aspects. This is about fully enjoying our bodies, being fully present in our bodies, and everything that it means, basically everything that it means to be human, to be in a physical vessel, physically incarnated. And if you have a significant person in your life, today is a great day to be making with the love and to really take advantage of this energy and how we can utilize this energy and how we can connect on a deep level. Remember, Venus is in Scorpio right now, which is all about that deep, intimate connection. It's a highly sexual energy. So today could be very highly sexually charged, especially with the moon still in Taurus for the beginning of the day. Taurus is the most sensual, the most earthy, the most physical of all the earth signs. So when the moon is in Taurus, we can really tap into that sensual side of our nature extremely well. The moon is going to be transitioning into Gemini in the later part of the day, which is that curious, childlike, expressive, communicative, social kind of energy. And so it's a nice blend. It's a nice flow of energies. There was a word, you guys know how I get with words, that I wanted to use. Like I was thinking of music, like when one track fades into another, whatever they call that, the word isn't coming to me, but it's sort of like the way that those energies blend and sort of transition is actually really beautiful, I think, for today. I'm feeling a lot of really good energy for today. I mean, all energy is good, but a lot of really positive energy today. We have the spectral tone as well, and this is the tone of dissolving, releasing, and liberation. So it's really a day where we can liberate ourselves from anything that holds us back when it comes to the ways that we physically express ourselves in this world, the ways that we express intimacy, the ways that we express ourselves on a sexual level. Any of these things are areas where we can begin to liberate ourselves and dissolve anything that isn't working. Like, look at and understand anything that comes up around that and really work to liberate ourselves from that. It's a day of being very free in who you are, being very free in your body, in your spirit, and really honoring that primal aspect of our nature and what it is that gives to us, right? There are gifts in everything, and there are a lot of gifts in that primal side of our nature as well, as if we can tap into those while still maintaining that higher spiritual energy and point of view as well. And so the affirmation for today is, I dissolve in order to survive, releasing instinct. I seal the store of life force with the spectral tone of liberation. I am guided by my own power doubled. I am a polar kin. I transport the red galactic spectrum. And so as far as the astrology goes, we got into it a little bit. We are getting that lineup going for the eclipse right now. Or, I mean, as we said, some people are experiencing that eclipse today. And so it's interesting because we have the moon trining all of this stellium in Capricorn. And then we have Mercury sextiling this stellium in Capricorn. And when we talk about the stellium, we're talking about Venus, Pluto, Saturn, Pallas. And so it's a really interesting energy where, with also the moon in opposition to Mercury, we may be feeling a little bit at odds when it comes to what we're thinking and what we're feeling, especially when it comes to our personal growth process, when it comes to those areas where we've really been pushed in 2020 to expand as far as our faith is concerned, our belief systems, our empowerment, right? The lessons that we've been learning, the structure, the authority in our lives, all of these different things. We may be, the responsibilities that we have, we may be thinking a certain way about them and feeling a certain way about them. And I feel almost like this energy is going to be evened out a little bit when the moon moves into Gemini, which is a very thinking sign as well. Or that could just put us into overdrive, because we already, with the sextile element, is a more active conversation than the trine. And so the mind is a bit more active. We have more of that. Mercury is a mind planet, making a mind aspect to this growth process that we're going through. And so we may be more in our heads than in our hearts. And so the way to sort of equalize that maybe to come into our bodies and take advantage of this red serpent energy today, to really come into our bodies, to really come into those learn what are those primal drives within me trying to teach me right now. Understand our primal drives are our survival instincts. And so when that primal side of our nature is triggered in a certain direction, it's being triggered because it wants to survive. And so we really want to look at that and how is our primal nature speaking to us today and telling us what it needs in order to survive and possibly even to thrive. And so just keeping that in mind and paying attention to that. We still have this opposition as well of Venus and Uranus going on. And so this is the relationships. This is our freedom. Today I'm feeling this, and for this eclipse, kind of this theme with this energy of do I feel as though in my relationships, I'm truly able to be free? Am I truly able to be who I authentically am? And because if we're not able to be that, we cannot achieve true intimacy with another. True intimacy, which is what Venus and Scorpio is all about, can only be achieved when we allow someone to see all of us. And that is a really scary thing for a lot of us. So it's if I allow somebody to see all of me, will they allow me to be who I am, to stand in my truth? Or will they desire for me to be something else? Have I been pretending to be something else in order to have this person? And this can apply to finances and career as well, as order to have this job in my life, whatever this is. And how is this relationship, is this my career, whatever it is, does it feel like a job? Right? Because that energy of job has at least in my mind, the energy that I attribute to that is a lower frequency energy. It's a responsibility. It's something that we have to show up for that maybe we don't want to. Whereas a career and a passion has a different kind of energy. And so it's that flow of responsibility and obligation versus passion, drive, and desire is the energy that I'm feeling. And so we're going to pull some cards here, of course. Oh, interesting. I'm being drawn to the tarot this morning. Clear. All right, so we're going to pull a few cards from the Light Seers Tarot and just get some energies for today. And so to anyone who lives in the part of the world where the eclipse is happening today, happy eclipse to you. And everybody else, we are fully in the energies, really preparing for the crescendo of them tomorrow. And yeah, it's a lot of more clarity that's coming through, more and more clarity. We have Neptune slowing down. Neptune actually stations today and starts moving direct tomorrow. So we have that energy as well, that huge shift as anything we've been slowly having things revealed to us that we've maybe been had a sense of illusion around. With that Neptune retrograde, it's like the layers have been slowly peeled back. And now it's kind of like that energy for some of us kind of stares us in the face today and illuminates and shows us what is ready to be seen. And this is a highly spiritual, highly intuitive energy with Neptune. And so it's not like light surface level stuff. This is like deep soul stuff. So we have number 13, Death, coming out. Death and rebirth in this deck, which I absolutely love. And then we also have the Queen of Wands. And so this is like the transformation that's occurring for a lot of us right now. As we have died that this has been a year, an entire year really of ego death type energy, right? Of all of these small deaths, this phoenix energy that many of us have been channeling starting in, well, really the whole year, but especially coming through really heavy in October. If you guys remember, with that 1010 portal and everything moving since then, right? So it's this energy of really rising up from the ashes with the Queen of Wands. This is fire energy too. So it's like rising up from the ashes with a lot of passion. There's been a transformation. This is that red serpent energy, right? There's been a transformation, and we're really coming out the other side of it with like this intense sense of passion and drive today. And a sense of real accomplishment and capability. I mean, she's holding the light in her hand, right? And she's winking at it. Like, she's very much in her element, feeling fully capable of creating and manifesting what she desires. And we had the Two of Cups come out. So for some people, that's love. That's love. That's that soulmate energy coming in strong with that card. So that may be something that's on people's minds today. We talked about that relationship energy with Venus opposing Uranus. And yeah, thinking about that, thinking about the soulmate connections, wanting to make connections, to deepen connections with those that we have, like a real transformation around that type of energy. Yeah, and on the bottom of the deck, we have the Tower. So that's like realizations, right? Especially in this deck, it's like creation. I'm feeling there's creation and destruction in that Tower card. And so I'm going to leave that on the bottom of the deck, but that is present, just so we know. And then we have the Eight of Swords. So this is the energy of turmoil. This is the energy of not wanting to look in the mirror, right? Not wanting to see what's right in front of us. And so this may be in terms to situations, romantic situations, partnerships, things like that. This may be this own internal process that we're going through of not being willing or not wanting to look. This is the energy that we talked about when Neptune is now turning direct, that like we may have been stuck in, that's been slowly unraveling throughout the year of 2020. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. And this came out reversed. And so I'm gonna leave it there and play with that for a second. And so it's almost like, and for some of us, this could also be like financial worries, right? Because this is finances, but it's like this energy that we were maybe stuck in, and some people may still be feeling, right? There may still be, when it comes to this, what they're wanting to create, it's almost like there's something that needs to be understood and released in order to, like, we have to take off the blindfold. We have to take off the blindfold. It's like desiring something on the outside, but not being 100% ready on the inside is some of the energy that I'm getting here too. But it's like with this is a new start. This is a new material start, a new physical start in the material world. And so people really looking for that in any way. Anything that has been manifest, like that has existed in our hearts, being ready to manifest that physically in the outward world is the energy that I'm feeling from that. To really, it's like you see the roots growing out of this card. So to really root, it's like settling down type of energy, really desiring to settle down. And then with the Six of Cups, this is like nostalgia. So this is like coming out of this energy of being obsessed with the past, which is maybe what some of this was about, is like past energy that we just can't release ourselves from. That's still, at least on a mental level, right? Because the swords are all the mind. At least some sort of entrapment in the mind. And coming out of that entrapment and really like coming out of that attachment to the past and being willing to focus in the now and focus on the future. Like not so caught up in what happened in the past and allowing that to dictate our future is the energy that I'm getting. And then we have the Two of Wands. This is that intention setting. This is that energy of deciding what it is that we want. And I feel as though with the King of Swords, which is very decisive energy, and the Seven of Pentacles, it's like deciding what it is that we want to grow, right? Because there's roots in two of these pictures. Where do I want to settle my roots is what I feel like. So for some people, this could be like location. For some people, this could be like family. It could be all sorts of different things, but it's like, where do I want to settle my roots? And maybe this has been something that we've been indecisive about. And it's sort of like coming to an understanding or an acceptance of that. And then we have the Magician coming out. And then really starting to make the decisions and make the moves that are necessary to come out of this energy, which is boredom, discontent, and to move toward what it is that we actually want. And we got the Ten of Cups, which is complete emotional fulfillment. So really getting honest about what it is that fulfills us, what it is that doesn't. Leaving the past behind, leaving all of the dramas and the struggles of the past behind, and whatever elements of the past have kept us feeling trapped and kept us in this lower vibrational energy, just really releasing that so that we can move forward into what is meant for us, moving away from what is not meant for us, moving away from our fears. I'm feeling fears and anxieties with this Eight of Swords. It's like fears and anxieties about what we have, about what we want, about where we are and where we're trying to go. And just really releasing all of that energy and just opening ourselves up to what the future has to offer when we don't use the past as a deciding factor or as a framework or as a reference point for what our future holds. Like letting go of all of that old energy that keeps us stuck in those past cycles, and just understanding that we don't have to bring that with us, and we don't have to allow ourselves, like we don't have to identify with what happened to us in the past, with the situations of the past, and let those dictate our future. We can free ourselves from that energy. That's what I'm feeling and picking up on here. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Empress. This is more birth. It's like the rebirth and the birth energy, right? So a whole new cycle of fertility, of abundance, of creativity. Like she has the whole world here, right? And so it's like this breakthrough that allows that. Excuse me. So that's really beautiful energy. And now I'm thinking, yeah, I want to close with a secret language of light card. Clear. Let's get a secret language of light card to close this out. Secret language of light card. Light beings. I love it. Oh, that's beautiful energy. This is your star family. This is all of the beings out there that are here to assist you. This is the knowledge that we are those light beings, right? Incarnated in human form. We're going to read and see what this has to say. I'll hold that up for you guys again. This image depicts a light being. The term light being is used to describe a range of ethereal forms, including guides and angels. They observe your life from a higher perspective so they can see the most auspicious path for you to create your dreams and desires. Sometimes your light beings may seem to take you down a path fraught with difficulty. However, everything happens for a reason. Just as we know a baby will eventually walk, you also will find your footing and attain your dreams. Your light beings are not here to save you, for that would interfere with your ability to create unique paths and conclusions, right? Free will. They are the keepers of the faith that hold and stream your past, present, and future dreams and desires to your heart. Only you can decide what to do with that information. You can't get it wrong, for your light beings will just show you another way. And so this is your guides and your team communicating with you, helping you to see that truth that's in your heart, helping you to really fully embrace and utilize that truth. But we get the choice of whether we act on that truth. And that's really what that whole eclipse, full moon eclipse video was about, which is really interesting, is fully seeing and accepting the truth and then deciding what to do from there. And it looks like people want to move toward love. They want to move toward passion. They want to move towards independence. They want to really settle down and create something stable in whatever way, shape, or form that means. And then we also have variance on the bottom of the deck. And I like this too. So I'm going to read this as well. And this says, today you may not feel like yourself. You and your soul are looking at the same thing, but are seeing it differently, right? This is the mind versus the emotion energy that we were feeling. Your emotions and reactions are a combination of your thoughts and your soul's thoughts. And when they don't align, you feel wobbly. Variance is a way of explaining the wobble. When you have the same perspective as your soul, things feel right. They may seem satisfactory and easy. No limiting beliefs or patterns are triggered, but there is a feeling that all is well. Your soul will never join you in judgment, blame, or hurt because it is not the truth of you. It is not the perspective of love. How you feel reveals how aligned you are with your soul. If you are experiencing something that doesn't quite feel right, take a breath and come back to your center. You will begin to feel better, inspired to navigate your inner radar, and ready to receive your soul's transmissions. So it's really about centering ourselves, listening to our souls, right? We have whispers under that. Oh my God, we have whispers. And we have ask your soul. Come on. So and then number 44, expansion under that. Boom. So that's amazing, right? It's ask your soul. Your soul has the answers. Your guides and your team and your soul are really seeking to communicate with you today, to help you with any decisions that you're needing to make, to help you come to the understanding and the realization of these deeper truths, and then figure out how to act from there. Right? Because the pressure is on. We're feeling when we are acting out of accordance, out of alignment with our souls, we can feel it. And that whisper, right, is getting stronger and stronger until it becomes a scream. And so the idea is to pay attention when it's a whisper, to pay attention before we get intensely uncomfortable, and to act, to continue. The more we pay attention and the more we act before that voice becomes a scream, the more in flow we become, and the less resistance, the less struggle we experience, because we are acting more out of alignment with our souls. And so we're really being called to do that. And we are, like, there is no wrong path also. That's the other message that's coming through, right? Is we can always be rerouted. And if we listen to our souls, if we listen to those whispers of our soul, if we listen to our guides and our angels, the ways that they are communicating with us, through the synchronicities, through those little strokes of insight and inspiration. If we listen and pay attention to that, they are guiding us all the time. Our higher self, our soul is guiding us all the time. And it's guiding us to where we want to be. And this is where we want to be. All right. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you right there. I love you guys. I appreciate you. If you liked this video, like this video. Hit that subscribe button if you want to be notified when I put out more videos. I am doing a flash sale for the next, Today is Sunday. So until Monday night, I'm doing a sliding scale offering for any of my services. So except for the Ascension transit charts, those are much more in depth. And so that will remain the same. But for any of my healing services, my readings, for those of you who live in my location, massage services, the sliding scale $77.77 to $99.99. So whatever you can afford to pay within that range, that offer is going to be good until Monday nights. And I'm going to be doing little flash sales and stuff, offerings all throughout the holiday season. They're going to be limited time, but if you miss out on one and you want to take advantage, don't worry, more will be coming up. It's just kind of a fun way to get into that, holiday spirit, and to just show how much I love and appreciate every single one of you and all the support that you offer and the energy that you offer this channel. Leave a comment down below. Let me know how today is resonating with you, how you're feeling about this build up for this eclipse energy. Just anything at all. I love hearing from you guys. We've got this. This is beautiful energy if we fully utilize it. If we really tap into the wisdom of our souls and we understand and appreciate the growth and the opportunities being offered to us, even in the most challenging of circumstances, we can absolutely navigate this energy successfully. I will talk to you guys soon. Love you.